When the Nazis took power in Germany, they completely changed the way people lived. One of their biggest goals was to control people's private lives, especially their sexuality. The Nazis wanted Germans to have as many children as possible to grow their so-called master race. To make this happen, they introduced strange rules and strict laws. They encouraged some behaviors while punishing others in the harshest ways. If someone didn't follow their ideas about sex and relationships, they could end up in a concentration camp, facing starvation, illness, or execution. In today's episode, we're exploring how the Nazis tried to control sexuality in Germany. Let's get started. During the 1920s, before Hitler took over, Germany was going through a period of freedom. People started rejecting traditional values, and society became more open-minded. This upset conservative groups, including the Nazi Party. Hitler and his supporters blamed the government of the time, the Weimar Republic, for Germany's falling birth rate. After World War I, fewer babies were being born in Germany. The Nazis saw this as a threat to their future. They believed the decline was due to what they called degenerate modern lifestyles. So, when they took power in 1933, they launched strict policies to control people's personal lives. On the surface, the Nazis promoted traditional values. They encouraged heterosexuality and chastity before marriage. Even Hitler himself kept his love life a secret. Many Germans didn't know about his longtime partner, Eva Braun, because he wanted to appear as a devoted leader with no distractions. He believed that if women knew he was in a relationship, they might stop idolizing him. At the same time, the Nazis sent mixed signals about sexuality. While they pushed for traditional family values, they also encouraged young people to start having children as soon as possible, even outside of marriage. The government promoted the idea that having children was a duty to the nation. Young people were heavily influenced by Nazi organizations like the Hitler Youth and the League of German Girls. At gatherings, leaders encouraged boys and girls to form relationships and start families early. As a result, teenage pregnancies increased during the 1930s. Single mothers were praised in Nazi propaganda and treated as heroes of the nation. The government even changed laws to give equal status to children born outside of marriage. Hitler himself once said that society should stop treating children born outside of wedlock as inferior. He even considered promoting polygamy, allowing men to have multiple wives to boost the birth rate. One of the most famous cases was Martin Bormann, a top Nazi official. He openly had a wife and a mistress at the same time, and his wife supported the idea, even suggesting that other women should be allowed to have children with her husband. However, these freedoms only applied to men. Women were expected to stay at home, raise children, and obey their husbands. The Nazis believed that women should not be involved in politics or leadership. In fact, they were banned from holding high positions in the Nazi Party. Despite this, some women still gained power in Nazi Germany. For example, Ilse Koch, known for her cruelty, played a major role in the Buchenwald concentration camp. Another was Leni Riefenstahl, who became famous for making propaganda films for Hitler's government. While the Nazis promoted heterosexuality, they treated homosexuality as a serious crime, especially among men. The Nazi government considered same-sex relationships a threat to their goal of increasing the German population. The Gestapo, the secret police, created secret lists of known gay men in every town. They raided bars and clubs, arresting people without warning. Once arrested, these men were often tortured into giving up the names of others, creating a never-ending cycle of persecution. By 1938, the Nazis started sending gay men to concentration camps, where they were forced to wear pink triangles on their uniforms. Many suffered daily abuse and violence, and most did not survive. Female homosexuality, on the other hand, was not punished as severely, as the Nazis saw women as less of a threat to their population goals. In the end, the Nazis tried to control every aspect of people's personal lives. They used sexuality as a tool to shape society in their vision, often with cruel and extreme measures. This dark chapter lasted until the end of World War II in 1945. We've reached the end of this episode. Now we want to hear from you. What surprised you the most about Nazi policies on sexuality? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from history.